Alright, so this video is kind of late in the evening, and I was wanting to give some thank yous. This is a greenhouse. Windows all the way around. Let me reverse myself a little bit here, and some plastic over there. Sorry about this. Let me get to a place that y'all can actually see what's going on here. As you've seen in my previous videos, I've got the ebb and flow on this side, and I have the deep water culture on this side. I wanted to give a few thank yous. A lot of the plastic that you see on the walls, it was kind of an emergency situation to get this thing weathered in. All of this plastic here, all the way up at the top, and most all this at the bottom, and that guy there, and all the way down. The owner of my company that I work for, Mike Parnell, helped me out. He had a project that he had a little bit of extra plastic, and it worked out great. It actually worked really, really well. I want to say thank you to him. Down here on this end, I've got some windows. These windows here have been used and reused multiple times from my boss, Steve Sims. I want to say thank you. I got some more over there. Really great. I had a contribution from another friend of mine. His name is Randy Atkins, and he supplied me with a breaker box, which I would be installing hopefully this weekend to run all this stuff. And so we have some lettuce and some spinach and what have you here. This is a deep water culture. How this bed works is, here's the drain, and let me go down to the other end. Let's start from the beginning. This is what they call a sump tank, and it's where the water comes from the growing bed, and it gets filled up by gravity. There's one pump in there, and that one pump comes up into the fish tank. You can see some fish down there. The water's a little dirty, but comes to the fish tank, and the fish tank water comes back into, you get these cords out of the way, comes down into the grow bed. So it's a continuous cycle, non-stop. It works great. The fish provide ammonia from their waste and also from their gills. When they breathe in, I'm sorry, they don't breathe, but whenever they take in water, they expel ammonia from their gills. That ammonia is turned into nitrates and then nitrites, and in turn, which is a nitrogen base, the plants love the nitrogen. They use the nitrogen, which is harmful for the fish, and they clean the water, the plants do, and return it back to the sump tank, which gets pumped back into the fish tank. So the fish get clean water, and the plants get the nitrogen that they need to grow and grow fast. That is a deep water culture system. This system here is a what they call an ebb and flow, or a fill and drain. And when we look down here, I'm not sure if you can see. There's one of them that's draining. It's either about to start draining or just finished draining. There's fish down in there as well. We come over here. This is what I call the fish tank. for this system. Lots of little fishies swimming around and everything. The water comes out through that bulkhead fitting, goes down, and it supplies each of these beds of media all the way down with water that has high nitrate and nitrites. So these plants, as you can tell, the tomatoes are doing quite well, even though we've had a lot of cold spells and everything. They're doing good, and it is a circulating system. These little cinder blocks, what happens here, let me move this aside. This is what you call a bell siphon, and basically with the bell siphon, it's PVC, and the water fills up in the bed. As you can see, it continues to fill. When it reaches a certain level, it'll start cascading over the top of this standpipe. When it does, that's where this guy is important. This is a watertight seal, no glue or anything. I just made sure it was on there really nice and tight. And the water will fill all the way up to that line over and over and over again. Completely automatic. I don't have to do any work. It'll fill all the way up, and then it'll drain all the way down to the highest level. So if I lay this down to this highest level, once it starts sucking air, that siphon will stop. So it'll fill up to a level. When it starts cascading down, it'll create a airlock or a siphon, and it'll drain the entire bed. And then it'll rinse and repeat, do it over and over and over again. So this is kind of my aquaponics system. This is what's going on right now. I have one heater out here. We're about 25 degrees warmer in here than we are outside. Some of my plants are not looking too well. Some of these are okra, which some of the okra actually has new leaves. We've got tons of tomato plants, and the tomatoes, you can see they're still growing. They're still flowering. They're doing well. We got some jalapenos. It's all doing pretty well. There's some more tomatoes, even tomatoes hanging all the way out there. I just wanted to give a big thank you to some of the people that have helped me to do this. For one, my wife, Christina Wafer. She's greatest in the world. She's done very well on supporting me with my ambitions to do this. I've only been doing this for, I guess it was probably about 8 months now. And there was some expenses that this took. It wasn't too bad. 2x4s are fairly cheap. The barrels were fairly cheap. The clay pebbles here, as you can see, these guys are not very cheap. And I had to buy a couple bags every weekend for quite a while to be able to fill these guys up. Like I said before, Steve Sims for some of these windows, Mr. Mike Parnell for a lot of this plastic. It was just a leftover project, and he had a little bit extra, and I asked him, and he agreed wholeheartedly. He's like, heck yeah, you can use it. And I also have another thank you to give is Kelsey Tribble, a friend of mine at work. He has a sliding glass door. So I'm not sure if maybe on this side I'll put one of those glass doors, or if maybe I'll replace some of these windows or exactly where I'm gonna put it, but I guarantee I'm gonna use it. I just wanted to say thank you guys supporting me and helping me out in this experiment, if you will, because I'm really just trying to learn how to do all this, and all your help has really helped. Thank you guys so much.